Part 7. Fantasy, I Robbed Millions of Saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 62. Young Master, are we really going to leave like this? Murong Fei asked weakly in mid-air. After Qin Changsheng put away Qin Feng, she and Gu Qingxiu came back. Well, what else do you two care about? Qin Changsheng said, looking at Gu Qingxiu and Murong Fei. The two women shook their heads quickly, but they couldn't help but curse in their hearts. It was as if you were worried about us, so you wouldn't take us away. In that case, let's go. Qin Changsheng said, while holding a slender willow waist, he galloped towards the direction of the gilded imperial city. Below, the disciples of the two major sects Holy Lands saw Qin Changsheng and the two saints leaving. Despite being envious and jealous, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. This god of death is finally gone. Even though the two major sects' holy places have been looted by him and the disaster has been terrible, at least the lives of himself and others have been saved. I just don't know how much trouble this murderous god will cause in the gilded imperial city. Young Master, are we going directly to the gilded imperial city? Why don't you rob a few more and enjoy the sect's holy land? After flying for a short time, Murong Concubine suddenly said. Qin Changsheng couldn't help but laugh when he heard Murong Concubine's words. This little witch is really more interested in robbery than herself. She just left because of her master. And was feeling depressed. Only a short time had passed before he became lively again and began to think about robbery. If there are any on the way, it would be nice to rob a few by the way. Qin Changsheng said. With the system at his side, Qin Changsheng was naturally happy to grab a few more saints and get promoted. Gu Qingxiu on the side heard the conversation between the two people, and a look of helplessness flashed in her beautiful eyes. This along the way, with these two people around, there is bound to be no peace. Hee, I've already done some research, there is a beast-controlling demon sect a few hundred miles ahead. The people in that sect are even more heinous than the people in our Red Lian demon section. They rely on their ability to control beasts to bully people from all over the world. They like to use living people to feed their own monsters. And I heard that there are some flying monsters in the beast control section. Let's grab a few of them, so that you don't have to work so hard to take us flying. What do you think, young master? Murong Fei said with her big eyes blinking. As soon as she mentioned robbery, she looked bright and excited. You are really caring. Qin Changsheng said speechlessly. However, after listening to Murong Fei's introduction, he was indeed a little moved. From here to the gilded imperial city, it would probably take 2 days and 2 nights to fly at Qin Changqi's speed. If you take Murong Fei and Gu Qingxiu with you, it will be even slower. If there are a few flying monsters, it would be a good choice. Hee, as the young master's little follower, I naturally try my best to serve the young master. Concubine. Murong said proudly. Okay, then let's go to the beast-controlling demon sect first. Qin Changsheng decided. The beast-controlling demon sect is located in the Liaoyun Grand Canyon, because there are mountains and water here, and an environment suitable for the growth of various monsters. Half an hour later, Qin Changsheng and his 3 men arrived in the sky above the beast control sect. Looking from a distance, I found that the entrance to the mountain gate of the beast control sect was darkly filled with people. Today happens to be the day when the beast control sect opens its doors for testing and accepting disciples once every 3 months. Someone comes again. Wow, so beautiful. These 2 girls are like immortals descended from heaven. The boy in the middle, how virtuous and capable he is, can actually hold 2 fairy-like people in his arms at the same time. These 3 people can fly in the air. How come they have the cultivation level of the 5 internal organs, and they want to join the beast-controlling demon sect? This is not normal. Look at the young man over there wearing a brocade robe. He is the son of the leader of the Liaoyun sect next door. he has already reached the perfection of the muscle and bone realm. Why don't you still come to take the test? Yes, there is no comparison between a small sect with only the Danyuan realm and a sect with a strong man in the Ki realm and a holy land that has been passed down for thousands of years. Although this guy has some skills, he doesn't have enough brains. He actually brought two girls like this to the beast-taming demon sect. Tisk tisk. I'm afraid I don't quite understand the style of the beast-controlling demon sect. When the people below saw Qin Changsheng and the others, their eyes immediately turned straight. Concubine Murong, who is wearing a bright red dress and has a hot figure, and Gu Qingxiu, who is looking like a fairy in a white dress, they are really stunning. Either one of them is a powerful being, let alone two appearing together. But after the surprise, everyone looked at Qin Changsheng, but their eyes were full of banter, as if they were waiting for a good show. Take a test? Come on, you two little girls, come here, brother, I will help you test it first. At the gate of the mountain, several disciples of the beast-controlling demon sect also saw Qin Changsheng and the other three, who were also stunned by Murong Fei and Gu Qingxiu. They were so amazed that they almost drooled. One of the beast-controlling demon sect disciples even said directly he waved his hand to help Gu Qingxiu and Murong Fei jump in line. As for Qin Changsheng, after they looked at each other and smiled, there was something intriguing in their eyes. Test, good. Gu Qingxiu did not move. When concubine Murong heard the man's words, she nodded with a smile, flew past everyone and came to the front of the team. Naturally, those who lined up for the test did not dare to say anything. Otherwise, they would anger the beast. The people of the demon sect, let alone pass the test and worship at the mountain gate, it is impossible for them to leave alive. In the blink of an eye, concubine Murong has arrived in front of the test stone. Yes, put your hand on the test stone. Let me tell you how to judge your qualifications. A disciple of the beast-controlling demon sect walked toward concubine Murong with a smirk. But before he could get closer, concubine Murong had already put her hand up. The next moment, a red light shot straight into the sky above the test stone. The shadow of a fire unicorn condensed in mid-air, looking up to the sky and roaring majestically. Fire unicorn, the bloodline of the divine beast. How is it possible? The disciples of the beast-controlling demon sect stood stunned one by one. The one who had just walked to concubine Murong, staggered even more and almost fell to the ground. They deal with beasts all day long. How could you not know what the Fire Kylan bloodline represents? Oh, sorry, I forgot that I'm not here for testing. We are here, to rob. Murong concubine smiled sweetly and suddenly said. The next moment, a red spiritual energy palm print condensed in mid-air, directly smashing those disciples of the beast-controlling demon sect into a pile of flesh. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 63. Oh my God, that fairy in red clothes actually has such a strong bloodline. Not only is he strong, he is simply unbelievable. Fire Kylan, this is the bloodline of a divine beast, much more powerful than the bloodline of a monster beast. The spiritual energy palm print, how come there is the spiritual energy palm seal, and there is a strong person in the Danyuan realm at the scene. And, she's still the beautiful fairy in red, she's actually a strong person in the Danyuan realm. How is that possible? She looks only 15 or 16 years old. Wait a minute, what is she going to do? Crazy. Is this crazy? The test disciples of the beast-controlling demon section were killed by her palm print. What did she say in the last sentence just now? Robbery. Robbing the beast-controlling demon sect? God, I must be dreaming. When Murong Fei started testing, the phantom of the fire unicorn rose into the sky. Those people who were queuing up for the test at the back were stunned. Such a bloodline talent is simply too outrageous. But what they didn't expect, was yet to come. This fairy in red, actually said she wanted to rob someone. And then they beat the test disciples from the beast-controlling demon sect to death? Everyone just felt that their minds were blank. They really couldn't accept what they saw. Qin Changsheng and Gu Qingxiu were behind, looking at this familiar scene, but they couldn't laugh or cry. This little witch seems to be really suitable for this job. What's going on? While everyone was still confused and had not yet reacted, there were several more disciples of the beast-controlling demon sect inside the mountain gate. They rushed out after hearing the noise. The leader's clothes were a little different from the others, and he was also older. Some should be the ones with the highest cultivation among these disciples. Who did this? Seeing those fellow disciples who were beaten to pulp on the ground, the oldest disciple shouted and asked. This girl did it, do you have any objections? If you have any opinions, I'll keep them to myself. Murong Feier's voice sounded, and then another spiritual energy palm print was taken. That disciple also turned into a pool of flesh and blood. The crowd at the rear was completely in a state of confusion, and gasps of air could be heard one after another. This girl is so fierce. The remaining disciples of the beast-controlling demon sect were so frightened that their legs weakened. We rushed out and haven't figured out what's going on. Why, senior brother Lu was also beaten to a pulp. He is the 9th level heaven of muscles and bones realm. Go, call out all your people and tell them that our young master is here to rob. Spiritual stone elixirs, martial arts and combat skills, natural materials and earthly treasures, etc. We want them all. And your saint, let her be cleaned and prepared for our young master. Concubine Murong put her hands on her hips and said viciously. Yes, yes. Those disciples were so frightened that they almost peed and ran towards the mountain gate like crazy. After doing all this, Concubine Murong turned around. Fairy, spare your life. Fairy, we are just here to take part in the test. No. We are not taking part in the test. Yes, yes, we will definitely not join the beast-controlling demon section. Fairy, please spare our lives. A group of people lining up at the back fell to their knees in large numbers, kowtowing repeatedly. What's this mess? I'm too lazy to pay attention to you. Concubine Murong said angrily, and then looked at Qin Changsheng with a smile. Young master, how do you think this front-line soldier of the slave family is doing? Didn't you embarrass the young master? Also, does the slave family's robbery method have any charm like yours? As she spoke, Concubine Murong's eyebrows almost flew to the sky. It was also the first time she discovered that robbing was so refreshing, and it was indeed addictive. You are more professional than me. Qin Changsheng spread his hands and said non-committally. Where is it? Where is it? Young master's teachings are the best. Concubine Murong said with a smile. The two of them were talking and laughing, having a great time. And the people below are a little crazy. When I heard Murong Feier's first words, they all breathed a sigh of relief and crawled back, watching from a distance for fear of being affected. And I heard the conversation between Concubine Murong and Qin Changsheng behind her. Everyone's eyes were focused on Qin Changsheng. Young master? Pawn. It turns out that this young man is the real owner. That fairy in red is just his little maid. A little maid actually has Fire Kylan bloodline, and is already in the Danyuan realm at such a young age. What is this young man's identity? Who is so bold as to come to my beast-controlling demon sect to cause trouble? A voice full of anger and majesty came from the beast-controlling demon section. Not long after, the mountain gate of the beast-controlling demon sect opened wide, and a group of people came out in a mighty manner. Most of the people in the leadership were 4 or 5 years old. He looked 10 years old, wearing a brocade robe, with a fierce look on his face. It's me. It's me. Murong Concubine quickly raised her hand to indicate. At this time, everyone, was already in a mess. This fairy in red is really a strange person. I'm afraid that others don't know that she is here to cause trouble and robberies. It's you. The leader, a middle-aged man, was also surprised when he saw concubine Murong, and then his expression was full of doubts. After all, concubine Murong looked really too young, only 15 or 16 years old. Yes, that's me. Senior, what level are you in, and what is your position within the beast-controlling demon sect? Concubine Murong asked with a smile. She looked very well behaved and cute. She was completely different from the one who just screamed about robbery. It confused everyone. Including Qin Changshen, he was also confused at this time. Water. What kind of operation is this? I am Zhou Tianying, the great elder of the outer sect of the beast-controlling demon sect, and I am at the 6th level of Danyuan realm. The old man at the head said with a somewhat arrogant tone. Although he is only an outer elder, he still has a reputation in the outside world. Oh, it turns out you are the famous Zhou Tianying, Elder Zhou. In fact, I just came here because of your reputation and want to become your teacher. Those people just teased me, so I couldn't help but take action. Elder Zhou, look, I am 16 this year, I have activated the Fire Kylan bloodline, and my cultivation has reached the 1st level of Danyuan realm. Are you qualified enough to become your teacher? Concubine Murong said with a pious look. Those around her were even more confused. Didn't they agree to rob? Why did she suddenly become a disciple? But, with this red-clothed fairy qualifications, if you really want to become a disciple. Not to mention the elders of the outer sect. Even the great elders of the inner sect of the beast-controlling demon sect, and even the sect leader himself, I'm afraid they would be very willing. As for killing a few outer sect's disciples matter, no one will mention it again. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 64. 16 years old, 1st level of Danyuan realm, with Fire Kylan bloodline. Are you telling the truth? When Zhou Tianying heard Murong concubine's self-announcement, he also stared at Murong concubine and said, such qualifications, to worship him as his teacher? He would not dare to accept it? But if it is sent to him, from the sect master, I will definitely get a lot of rewards. Fire Kylan bloodline, this is the bloodline of the divine beast, and it is very rare in the entire gilded domain. In the past few hundred years, the beast-controlling demon sect has been the best. The bloodline is nothing more than the 9-star spirit beast bloodline. Yes, of course it's true. If you don't believe me, I'll stimulate your blood and show it to you. As concubine Murong said, she flew to the group of elders from the beast-controlling demon sect and activated her bloodline. In an instant, the phantom of the fire unicorn condensed on concubine Murong's head. Everyone was stunned. Including those who had watched Murong Fair's test before, they were all stunned at this time. After all, the phantom tested was incomparable to the bloodline power that Murong concubine herself inspired. It was just a shadow, and this was a condensed semi-entity, so to speak. As the fire unicorn condensed more and more, the blazing flames on its body became very clear. Even though they were far away, many people could feel the heart-stopping heat. But what puzzles everyone is, the outer sect elder named Zhou Tianying doesn't seem to be able to feel it. He was still stunned, looking at the fire unicorn in mid-air with an inexplicable smile on his face. And at this moment, the mutation occurred again. A red ribbon flew out from concubine Murong's hand. The fire unicorn in mid-air spurted out a mouthful of unicorn holy fire, igniting the red ribbon. In an instant, the red ribbon turned into tens of thousands of tongues of flame, directly wrapping the Zhou Tianying. Go in. Shishi, Shishi. There was a burning smell. That Zhou Tianying's entire body had been burned to ashes. Tisk, the so-called Great Elder of the Outer Sect, the 6th level of Danyuan realm, is too weak. You still want me to become a disciple? You are really shameless. Murong Concubine's voice sounded again. But in other people's ears, there was a shuddering feeling. Oh my God, am I really not dreaming? The red-clothed fairy also killed the outer elder of the beast-controlling demon sect. Isn't she the 1st level of Danyuan realm? How could he kill a strong man of the 6th level of Danyuan realm so easily? It was a phantom attack, it must have been a phantom attack. Elder Joe didn't seem to resist, he didn't even feel it, he was already dead. Yes, I also had a feeling of confusion just now. Moreover, Elder Joe didn't even release his own monsters. The strongest ability of the beast control sect is to control the beasts. Those people watching the excitement from a distance now have their eyes getting rounder, their mouths opening wider, and their faces are full of panic. They just came to take the test and want to join the beast-controlling demon sect. Who would have thought that they would encounter something like this, something beyond their imagination? Concubine's sister is so powerful. In mid-air, Gu Qingxia was also shocked, and her red lips slightly opened. She had only seen Concubine Murong and Qin Changsheng fighting before, and she almost cried when she was bullied by Qin Changsheng. Unexpectedly, this time, the 6th level of Danyuan realm Zhou Tianying, who was in heaven, was easily tortured and killed by Murong Fei. Of course, she also vaguely understood what was going on. Murong Fei's Qilian mind communication technique was ineffective against Qin Changsheng, but for others, it was absolutely effective. For others, when you fall into an illusion, you can indeed gain the upper hand if you want to kill. But even so, it is very shocking that someone at the 1st level of Danyuan realm can kill someone at the 6th level of Danyuan realm. He has surpassed so many levels. Don't belittle yourself, you are pretty awesome too. It's just that in the Qingyun Holy Land before, various resources and combat skills were not provided, which limited your growth. Qin Changsheng said to Gu Qingxia with a chuckle. Hearing Qin Changsheng's words, Gu Qingxia couldn't help but feel a warm current in her heart. This bad guy can be so gentle at times. But what Qin Changsheng said is right, he and concubine Murong compared with Qingyun's resources, it was really a huge difference. But now it's better. Qin Changsheng gave her almost all the resources of Qingyun Holy Land for her to practice. Sir, thank you. For the first time, Gu Qingxia thanked Qin Changsheng from the bottom of her heart. Although this guy robbed her, it seemed that he was the only one who was so kind to her since childhood. Thank me? How can I thank you? Qin Changsheng heard the words and said with a bad smile. Gu Qingxia was speechless for a moment. Just now, this guy became warmer. In the blink of an eye, I don't know what the bad idea was. How do you want me to thank you? There was no time to continue teasing, there was already another disturbance below. Those people around Zhou Tianying, although they were also affected by Murong Fei's Qilian mind technique, it was only affected after all, and they have now woken up. But, after they woke up, they were a little confused. Where is our outer sect great elder? Why, there is only ashes on the ground. Ah, you killed the great elder. One of them suddenly reacted and asked concubine Murong. However, the tone of his questioning was more of disbelief and disbelief. What great elder? I do not have it. Murong Fei said with an innocent face. Then, the Danyuan realm expert who questioned her, his eyes blurred for a while, and he also entered a state of confusion. In mid-air, the 9-star spiritual weapon Li Huo Hungling turned into thousands again. The tongue of fire swept him in. Another outer elder died. Is this red-clothed fairy, really the 1st level of Danyuan realm? How to kill other powerful people in the Danyuan realm, just like killing chickens and dogs. I really want to go home now, but my legs are weak. I'm also weak. A strong person in the Danyuan realm will die if he wants to die. I don't dare to move. The group of people at the rear are almost on the verge of collapse. Two strong men in the Danyuan realm died quietly. For these people who have not yet started, it shouldn't be too much of a shock. This woman can attack with her soul. Don't look into her eyes. Yes, quickly sacrifice the monsters and join forces to kill this little witch. This time, after the remaining two outer sect elders woke up, they already knew that Murongfaer's methods were strange, and they reminded each other. While talking, the two of them patted the beast control bags on their waists, till a huge monster figure appeared beside them. Oops, sir, help me. Seeing these two people directly sacrificing their own monsters, concubine Murong, who had been so arrogant just now, turned around and ran. While running, she was still shouting and calling Qin Changsheng for help. Qin Changsheng couldn't laugh or cry. This the little witch knows how to advance and retreat. Where did the fierceness just now go? Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 65. Many people in the rear were also confused by Murongfaer's operation. The remaining two outer sect elders seem to be at a very low level of cultivation. One is at the third level of the Danyuan realm, and the other is at the fourth level of the Danyuan realm. Together, these two people are not as powerful as the outer sect elders. Enemy. The fairy in red easily killed the great elder of the outer section, but was frightened by these two and turned around and ran away. Sister Faer, let me help you. A scream suddenly sounded. Then, Gu Qingxiu's true energy suddenly burst out, activating his physique. A mysterious attachment appeared between Gu Qingxiu's tender and jade-like eyebrows. Suddenly, everyone seemed to see the phantom of the Nine Heavens goddess. Crossing the ages, shattering time and space, becoming immortal, immortal, and immortal. A dazzling golden light flashed, and a long sword appeared in Gu Qingxiu's hand. The tip of the sword moved slightly, and actually condensed, golden lotus sword energy, facing the man and beast who were chasing Murong concubine. Good. Seeing that Gu Qingxiu helped her share one load, Murongfaer naturally stopped running and turned around to pick up the other one. Suddenly, the two girls and the two beasts started fighting. When Qin Changsheng saw this, he was even more confused about whether to laugh or cry. Why did Gu Qingxiu join in the fun? But then I thought about it. Qin Changsheng vaguely understood Gu Qingxiu's thoughts. Concubine Murong is quirky and lively, so she takes the initiative in many things. Gu Qingxiu, on the other hand, has a somewhat cold personality and has always been in a very passive state. But unfortunately, both of them are what Qin Changsheng calls the little maids. Concubine Murong is always asked to do something, and Gu Qingxiu may feel that she, the little maid, is doing this. Incompetent. Therefore, when I saw this opportunity, I naturally had to take action. In fact, in Qin Changsheng's place, there is really nothing. But since she wants to hit her twice, let's hit her twice. It just so happened that she had just changed into a new one, the 9-star spiritual weapon Golden Lotus Longsword. It would be a good idea to let her try it out. Qin Changsheng had an indifferent attitude. But those people at the back, and the disciples of the beast-controlling demon sect who came out with a few elders, their heads were buzzing at this time. This, the white-clothed fairy also took action, turned out to be in the Danyuan realm. Danyuan realm. This isn't important anymore, okay. Did you see the mark between her eyebrows and the vision just now? This fairy in white has a physique, and seems to be the legendary, innate immortal spirit. Is the innate immortal spirit very powerful? One of the top 10 most powerful spirits. Do you think it's powerful? No. Where did these two fairy-like people come from? What I'm more curious about is that boy, the two fairies seem to be just his servants. A bloodline of the divine beast Fire Kylan, one of the 10 most powerful spirits, is this just a servant? What is his identity? With such an identity, he still needs to rob. The actions of concubine Murong and Gu Qingxiu made everyone present completely confused. With such unique bloodline and physique, it is already very rare to see one of them. Now I actually see 2 of them. And these 2 are actually the servants of a young man. While everyone was in confusion, the battle in the field had already come to an end. Although the realm is not enough, Murong Fei and Gu Qingxiu's bloodline and physique are strong enough to allow them to surpass 2 or 3 minor realms. Especially Gu Qingxiu, who wielded a long sword like the wind. Wherever the sword light passed, wind and snow fell from the sky, and golden lotuses surged from the ground. The elder of the beast-controlling demon sect, who was at the 4th level of the Danyuan realm, was simply suppressed and beaten. This made Qin Changsheng very happy. Fortunately, I was at Qinfen at that time and borrowed Qinfen's power to fight this girl. And he also used a little trick, otherwise, I'm afraid he would die miserably. Presumptuous. Just when the 2 outer elders of the beast-controlling demon sect were about to lose their hold, a furious voice suddenly came from within the beast-controlling demon sect. The next moment, a light gray barrier, rapidly expanded from the beast-controlling demon sect, covering a radius of hundreds of miles. At the same time, a large group of dark beast-controlling demon sect disciples and elders, with their own monsters, came from the beast control demon section. The sect rushed out. Among them were many powerful men from the 9th level of the Danyuan realm. Obviously, these were all the inner elders, core disciples, and others of the beast-controlling demon section. After these people rushed out, they directly killed Qin Changsheng and the other 3. Including those who participated in the test at the mountain gate, all gathered around. However, they were not in a hurry to take action, because under the light gray barrier, the 2 beast-controlling demon sect who were about to lose the morale of the elders of the outer sect increased instantly, but Gu Qingxiu and Murong Fei were obviously suppressed in strength and instantly fell into a disadvantage. It's a domain boundary. The master of the beast-controlling demon sect, a strong man in the Qi realm, Xiong Bassian, takes action. These 3 people are finished. That Xiong Batian is famous for his cruelty. If he doesn't take action, he will definitely die if he does. No. Not only are they dead, I'm afraid we are also dead. It is said that the overbearing monster is the 9-star monster with 3 eyes and the sky-swallowing beast, and it will devour hundreds of living people every time it makes a move. To suppress it? It's over. I was killed by these 3 guys who didn't know whether to live or die. Among the people participating in the test, the atmosphere suddenly became a little dead. And at this time, a very burly figure, more than 2 meters tall, soared into the sky in the beast-controlling demon sect. Around him, a faint Taoist rhyme circulated, mirroring the surrounding realm's enchantment. There was also a giant beast with 3 eyes, covered with scales and barbs, which was dozens of feet long, crawling at his feet. Needless to say, this person should be the master of the beast-controlling demon sect, the overlord. Hey, fire unicorn bloodline. Born immortal spirit. Is this a great gift from God? 2 little babies, are you willing to become my teacher? As long as you obey me, I guarantee that you will be able to step into the Qi realm like me. When Xiong Bassian saw Murong Fei and Gu Qingxiu, his big copper bell-like eyes widened and he said. This time, those who participated in the test became even more desperate. Will these 2 troublemakers die? But I and others, I'm afraid they are still going to die. And just when everyone's hearts were filled with darkness, a faint voice suddenly sounded. Do you want my little maid to become your disciple? Are you worthy? While speaking, a pale golden domain barrier also expanded rapidly. And with the appearance of this pale golden domain barrier, snapped. A sound shook the world. The domain barrier of Siongbasian, the leader of the beast-controlling demon sect, was actually crushed to pieces. At this moment, the entire beast-controlling demon sect seemed to be frozen. Whether it is those who participated in the test, or the core disciples of the inner elders of the beast control sect, etc. Everyone was stunned on the spot, with faces full of sluggishness and disbelief. The fifth update is delivered. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 67. Yesterday. Danyuan Realm. This boy just made a breakthrough yesterday. The one who broke through the Chi-Si realm just yesterday can crush the master of the beast-controlling demon sect today. How is this possible? The master of the beast-control demon sect has been in the Chi-Si realm for several years. What those two fairies said should be correct. The only problem is, that guy is so evil. Am I really not dreaming? This is incredible. After everyone heard the words of Murongfei and Gu Qingxiu, they didn't know how many times they doubted their lives. Xiong Basian, the leader of the beast-controlling demon sect, was also confused when he heard this. This monster came out of nowhere. Who are you? Why did you come to my beast-controlling demon sect? Xiong Basian shouted and asked. He was a little scared now. It wasn't that he had no confidence in himself. It was that such a monster, I'm afraid his identity would be very unusual. It would be uncomfortable if it was someone he couldn't afford to offend. It must be. Just ask clearly. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is, what are we here to do? By the way, you don't seem to know yet. That girl will tell you again with good intentions. Robbery. Hand over all the elixirs, spiritual stones, combat techniques, heavenly materials, and earthly treasures of your beast-controlling demon sect, as well as your saintess. The little witch Murongfei said fiercely. Everyone was speechless. Is this really a robbery? Robbery? Saint? Are you kidding me? Xiong Basian doubted his ears and sneered. Soldiers. Qin Changsheng didn't talk nonsense and spoke directly again, still saying one word. As the sound of this word sounded, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth surged in the entire domain boundary, and lotuses condensed with Taoist rhymes bloomed in mid-air. In just a few breaths, the sky above the entire beast control demon sect, tens of thousands of Dayun lotus flowers appeared. After the flowers bloomed and withered, all the lotuses turned into golden armored war gods and descended from the sky. Kill. Suddenly, everyone seemed to have arrived at an ancient battlefield from the ancient times. The sounds of war and killing are all in my ears. He. Before he could realize what was going on, hundreds of disciples and monsters from the beast-controlling demon sect had already been killed by those golden armored war gods. There were even many monks in the Danyuan realm who were attacked by the golden armored war gods. I can't resist it. You are looking for death. Seeing that his disciple, the monster, was being killed, Xiong Batian's eyes were about to burst, and he roared to the sky. At the same time, he shot a mysterious rune in his hand and slapped it on the three-eyed sky-devouring beast next to him. Ouch! The three-eyed sky-swallowing beast that had just been lifeless suddenly came to life. It looked up to the sky and roared, opened its bloody mouth, and waves of strong wind swept out from its mouth. Fight! Qin Changsheng spoke another word of truth. Streams of golden thunder suddenly emerged in the sky, condensing into a word fight that was hundreds of feet large, and suppressed Xiong Basian and his three-eyed sky-devouring beast. Xiong Basian took out a red long-handled sword and instantly slashed out a red sword light. However, Shishi. The soaring sword light dissipated the moment it hit the golden thunder condensed word do. Fight word, continue to suppress. No. Impossible, the Ki realm you just broke through yesterday can never be so strong. Xiong roared in disbelief, and then together with the three-eyed sky-swallowing beast, they launched another attack. This time, there seemed to be a vague connection between one person and one beast. The aura of Xiong actually made it has climbed several times more. The crimson long-handled sword in his hand was also blessed by Tao Yun, which inspired a huge knife shadow that was very similar to the three-eyed sky-swallowing beast. But even so, boom, boom. The whole world seemed to be shaken. The phantom that looked like a three-eyed sky-swallowing beast, shattered directly. The word fight condensed by the golden thunder continued to suppress. Below, those who participated in the test, all hid in a ravine, with only a row of heads exposed to watch. And the expressions hanging on these heads were very uniform, full of shock and horror. This boy, does he have to be so strong? With just one word, the leader of the beast-controlling demon sect was suppressed and retreated steadily. Not only did he use the power of his bloodline, he also superimposed the combat power with his monster beast. As for the disciples of the beast-controlling demon section, although they were equally shocked at this time, they had no strength at all to make any shocked expression. The golden armored war gods fell among them, and they were simply massacred. Except for the elders above the 6th level of Danyuan realm, they can still resist. Others are simply no match for this golden armored god of war. What on earth are you going to do? At this time, the skin on Xiong whole body was torn, and streams of blood were flowing out. Including the three-eyed sky-swallowing beast, a stream of blood also flowed out from the third eye. Just now one blow, they were hit hard. The most important thing was that the huge thunderous word fight above their heads continued to suppress them. Didn't my little mate just say, robbery? Robbery everything from your sect, including your saint. Qin Changsheng said lightly. Fellow Taoist, have you made a mistake? Our beast-controlling demon sect has very few female disciples, there are no saints at all. Xiong said with tears in his eyes. Just now when he heard concubine Murong talking about robbing and asking for a saint, he felt ridiculous. Where did these three people come from and didn't inquire about the situation clearly? Is there a saint in the beast-controlling demon sect? But now, when he heard Qin Changsheng mention this issue again, he couldn't laugh anymore and just wanted to cry. You must have found the wrong person. No saint. Qin Changsheng looked at concubine Murong. Young master, I didn't know that they didn't have a saint here. I thought, such a big sect would have it. Concubine Murong pitifully admitted her mistake quickly. Everyone below was in a mess. What on earth is going on? That's right, your majestic beast-controlling demon sect doesn't even have a saint, so is it still necessary to exist? Qin Changsheng also turned around and said somewhat sullenly. As he spoke, the word fight condensed by thunder in the air suddenly exploded with terrifying power, and suppressed it fiercely downwards. The people below, everyone was dumbfounded. Is this okay? Puff. Xiong the leader of the beast-controlling demon sect, spurted out a mouthful of old blood. Not the one who was beaten, but the one who was angry. We didn't establish a saint, how could we be wrong? Please customize it, please order it in full, please give me a monthly pass, and please update it. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 68. Boom, boom. The sound of the sky collapsing and the earth collapsing echoed for a long time in this world. In the open space in front of the mountain gate of the beast-controlling demon sect, a huge word dough is clearly visible, like natural ravines. And in these ravines, there are golden thunders that are constantly flashing. I am not reconciled. Why there is no saint, it's also wrong. In the center of the ravine, Xiong the master of the beast-controlling demon sect and a strong man in the first level of the Chi-Si realm, has turned into a coke. But before he died, he still didn't understand what was going on, and his resentment was soaring. Very unwilling. Including his three-eyed sky-swallowing beast, he was already dead at this time. He was even bombarded by golden thunder, and there were bursts of meaty smell. Hiss. Gudong. The sounds of gasping and swallowing constantly resounded among the crowd. The sound of swallowing saliva was naturally not because of the smell of meat, but because of nervousness and shock. Xiongbi Tian, that is the master of a sect, a powerful person in the Chi-Si realm. In the eyes of these people, he is simply a godlike existence, and he is also the target of their desire to join the beast-controlling demon sect. But such a powerful person, died just like that. And it was suppressed to death by a word composed of golden thunder. One word can kill the powerful Chi-Si realm master. How strong is that boy? Senior, have mercy on me. Young master, please let me go, we are willing to surrender to you. A group of disciples of the beast-controlling demon sect were still struggling to hold on amid the massacre by a group of golden-armored war gods. At this time, out of the tens of thousands of beast-controlling demon sect, only 1,000 or so people were left. The entire open space was filled with corpses, including those of beast-controlling demon sect disciples and those of monster beasts. Why are you the only ones left? Qin Changsheng heard the sound, looked at them, and said doubtfully. Everyone, also wants to vomit blood. It was you, old man, who brought out such a group of golden-armored war gods and tortured us like this. You actually followed this innocent person. It seems like asking such a question? But, what makes them vomit blood is still behind. Since so many people have died. Then you, go down and accompany them too. What value does a sect have if it doesn't even have a saint? Qin Changsheng waved his hand. He was not really so angry because of the saint girl's matter that he went on a killing spree. He just felt that there was nothing wrong with destroying the soul-controlling demon sect. Don't they all like to feed monsters with living people? Do you want to feed the other monsters in Liaoyun Grand Canyon yourself? Everyone in the beast-controlling demon sect couldn't believe their ears when they heard what Qin Changsheng said. What kind of statement is this? Are we surrendering? The saint again. Do you have such a soft spot for the saint? Obviously there are two stunning fairies around you. If Qin Changsheng knew what they were thinking, he would definitely tell him with a smile. These two stunning fairies, are the saints I stole, okay. A thought came to my mind. The pressure within the enchantment of the entire domain is coming. The combat power of those golden-armored war gods is rising steadily, but the disciples and elders of the beast-controlling demon sect find it extremely difficult to mobilize their spiritual energy. Ah! There were screams one after another. The people who were originally unable to withstand it completely collapsed after being affected by the power of the domain, and fell one after another. This scene made the bystanders tremble with fear. This young man looks gentle, but he acts so decisively and without mercy. The people of the beast-controlling demon sect are notoriously vicious in the neighborhood. Today they met someone even more ruthless, and not only ruthless, but also very strong. From beginning to end, this young man seemed to have opened up the domain barrier. Then he uttered 3 words of mantra, and wiped out the entire beast-controlling demon sect. If they hadn't seen this with their own eyes, they wouldn't believe it even to death. Not long after, everyone was dealt with. Qin Changsheng removed the domain barrier and looked at those people hiding in a ravine. Your Majesty, spare your life. Senior, I have not yet joined the beast-controlling demon sect, and I will never do so in the future. Please forgive me, Senior. A group of people cried and shouted for mercy, kowtowing and bowing non-stop. Several of them, while kowtowing and bowing, their bodies were already wet. It was obvious that they were scared to death. Seeing the state of these people, Qin Changshen's mood suddenly waned and he lost interest. The rest is up to you. Qin Changsheng said to Gu Qingxiu and Murong Fei. Good young master, I will definitely leave no one behind. Concubine Murong said. Thousands of tongues of fire flew out of her hands, and she was about to take action. Those people below, peed again. That young man is a ruthless person. This red-clothed fairy is not even as cruel as so weak. I'm afraid she can't even kill people like her with one finger. Sister concubine, wait a minute. Just when everyone was so frightened that they even closed their eyes and waited for death. Gu Qingxiu's voice, like a fairy voice from heaven, gave everyone a glimmer of hope. What's wrong, Sister Qingxiu? Concubine Murong said doubtfully. Don't forget, we still have to sort out the beast-controlling demon sex things. Just the two of us, I'm afraid it will take a long time. The young master's intention is to let us command them to be porters. Gu Qingxiu explained. She has done this kind of thing several times, so she is more familiar with this process than Murong Fei. Ah, that's it? I thought the young master was too lazy to take action and asked me to kill them. Murong concubine said with some disappointment when she heard this. A look of helplessness flashed across Gu Qingxiu's beautiful eyes. These two guys are too addicted to robbery and killing. You people listen. The demon cultivators of the beast-controlling demon sect feed the demonic beasts with living people, which is inhumane at all. My son's actions are also to eliminate harm for the people. You people actually want to join the beast-controlling demon sect, and you should be executed, but we, the young masters, are here to give you a chance to change your ways. Now everyone starts to search for the trophies on these corpses. They are not allowed to hide them for personal use, otherwise they will be killed without mercy. Concubine Murong stood in mid-air and commanded the people below. The look of her righteous words made Qin Changsheng a little bit unable to help laughing. Yes, yes, thank you, Master, for sparing your life, and thank you too fairies for sparing your life. We will definitely obey the teachings. How could a group of people dare to refuse? They kowtowed and thanked him again. Afterwards, a group of people, under the supervision of Gu Qingxiu and Murong Fei, began to search for loot. After searching the corpses, everyone entered the beast-controlling demon sect and continued to search. Diddy, congratulations to the Holy Master, the system has sensed a treasure. The sound of the system suddenly sounded, which made Qin Changsheng, who was in low spirits, instantly energetic. The system, actually sensed something good again? Please click to customize, click to order all, and give the author some motivation, thank you. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 69. For this, the beast-controlling demon sect doesn't even have a saint. Qin Changsheng really had no interest at all, and just habitually let the system scan it to see what treasures were inside. He never thought, the system gave him another one, which was an unexpected surprise. According to the system's standards, even 9th grade spiritual weapons are difficult to discern. Being able to be reminded, is definitely a good thing. Under the guidance of the system, Qin Changsheng arrived at the center of the beast-controlling demon sect, in front of the Beast Soul Hall. The porters had already begun various searches. The things in the beast-controlling demon section were in concubine Murong's. Under the lustful power, what they plundered was not too clean. They just dug 3 feet into the ground, for fear of making the little witch unhappy and destroying them. Young master, you are here. Look, look, these are our trophies. This beast-controlling demon sect is indeed very bad, and it has stolen more things than our red-trained demon sect. Seeing Qin Changsheng coming, concubine Murong, who had just looked coldly at everyone to supervise the work, immediately came up with a smile. Qin Changsheng heard these words, but it didn't matter. The porters who were already frightened heard this and did even more. Are you excited? Chile and demon sect? This turns out to be really a little witch. Definitely not to be messed with. Let me see. Qin Changsheng said casually, and then focused his eyes on a large black stone, which looked to be the size of a person. According to the guidance of the system, the spiritual energy fluctuations in this thing are very strong. But Qin Changsheng himself, but he couldn't sense what was special about this thing. Apart from being very heavy in his hand, there was nothing strange about it. Seeing that Qin Changsheng was very interested in this thing, Gu Qingxiu also came over. Young master, according to the records of the treasure pavilion of the beast-controlling demon sect, this thing has been stored for tens of thousands of years. It was the treasure-hunting beast of the beast control sect, and it guided the then master of the beast control sect to find this thing in a secret realm. But after so many years, no one knows it, and no one knows what it is. In the records, it only states that he is indestructible by water and fire, and indestructible by swords and guns. Even a strong person in the Qi realm cannot hurt him in the slightest. Although Gu Qingxiu was quiet and aloof, she did a good job in handling Qin Changsheng's arrangements for her. She had already learned about all kinds of strange things in advance, so she introduced them to Qin Changsheng. Invulnerable to fire and water, invulnerable to swords and guns? Even the Qi realm can't hurt him at all. After hearing Gu Qingxiu's introduction, Qin Changsheng became even more interested. Is it true, invulnerable to fire and water? How about I try it with my Kylin holy fire? Concubine. Murong put her little head together, stared at the thing, looked left and right, and asked Qin Changsheng. Okay, try it. Qin Changsheng chuckled. In fact, he didn't think that Murong Feir's Kylin holy fire could really break through this thing. Just like the demon god tower last time, Murong Feir's Kylin holy fire not only couldn't be destroyed, but was also absorbed. It is used as repair energy. Unfortunately, the system indicates that the demon god tower can only absorb so much fire energy. If you want to continue repairing, you must collect other energy. Just give it a try. Murong concubine said without belief. The next moment, the power of Fire Kylin's bloodline was inspired by Murong concubine. A Fire Kylin shadow that was dozens of feet in length gradually solidified. Call. A burning red Kylin holy fire spurted out from the Fire Kylin's mouth and landed on the big stone. However, the big stone didn't change at all. You know, the Kirin holy fire is many times more powerful than ordinary flames. It can't even withstand ordinary low-level spiritual weapons. I wouldn't believe it, a broken stone can be so hard. Murong concubine's temper got worse, and she activated the power of her bloodline again without believing in evil. This time, she directly controlled the fire unicorn, spitting flames continuously, and sprayed them on any big rock. Still no movement. The big stone was actually collected according to the order. Okay, if it doesn't work, it's just a waste of effort. Qin Changsheng chuckled and prepared to stop concubine Murong. But Gu Qingxiu's expression changed slightly, and her jade finger pointed at which big stone. Young master, concubine, look at that big stone, do some of its lines light up? Qin Changsheng took a look and found something unusual. Under the continuous baking of the Kirin holy fire, some mysterious lines appeared looming on the surface of the big stone. Haha, let me just say, my Kylin holy fire is very strong. When concubine Murong saw this scene, she was very proud of her pretty face. She continued to bake while talking. As more and more Kylin holy fire was poured into the big black stone, the lines on its body also became more and more, it became more and more obvious. In the end, it turned into a red color. But, a stick of incense passed. The big stone still remained in this state and never changed again. Oops, I can feel that it's about to break when I pick it up. But my Kylin holy fire is still a little short of If the power of my bloodline evolves a little more, I should be able to break through this thing. Murong concubine frowned slightly and said with a little disappointment on her face. No problem, let me do it. Qin Changsheng said. Let you come. The two girls looked confused. Qin Changsheng didn't say anything, he directly activated the power of his bloodline. The next moment, a holy unicorn, 100 feet high, condensed on top of Qin Changsheng's head. The fire unicorn that Murong Fei had just now was already quite huge at a height of several dozen feet. As soon as this holy unicorn appeared, the two instantly differed by one level. Of course, the biggest difference is not the size. The holy Kylin inspired by Qin Changsheng's body was as crystal clear as jade, with endless Dao patterns on each scale. As soon as the fire Kylin saw it, he actually lowered his head, as if to pay homage to this holy Kylin. Young master, you actually have the power of blood. And this is, the legendary holy Kylin, the direct descendant of the Kylin family. Murong concubine originally wanted to watch a good show. This girl, this Kylin holy fire, can't burn something. How can you, a bad guy, do it? Do you have a flame stronger than my Kylin holy fire? And at this moment, Murong concubine's whole body felt as if she had been struck by lightning. Strong, of course strong. One is a branch, and the other is a direct descendant of the ancestor. And Gu Qingxiu on the side also had a look of shock on her beautiful face. This guy, actually has bloodline? And it's stronger than Murong Fei's bloodline? How many trump cards does this guy have hidden? Please customize it, please order it in full, please give me a monthly ticket, and please give me a reward. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 70. There was no time to pay attention to the shock of the two women. The holy unicorn above Qin Changsheng's head also sprayed out a unicorn holy fire. Different from Murong Fei's unicorn holy fire just now, the flame that Qin Changsheng's holy unicorn spurted was also crystal clear. Milky white like jade. But in terms of strength, it's very obvious. The crimson unicorn holy fire just burned the big stone for a long time before it was completely red. This time, as soon as the milky white Kirin holy fire came into contact, the lines all over the big stone turned red instantly. But even so, the big stone did not break open directly, but layers of spider web slowly began to appear around it. Crack. Or not. It feels just a little bit worse. Concubine Murong was at the side, stamping her feet anxiously. She really wanted her fire Kylin to continue spitting out holy fire to help. But this fire Kylin didn't dare to spit out fire in front of Qin Changsheng's holy Kylin. No problem. Qin Changsheng said softly, and the destruction rune appeared between his eyebrows, and the innate destruction holy body was also activated. In an instant, the two combined, and the power of the flames greatly increased. He was also angry and had to get this thing open to see what the hell it was. The bloodline of the holy Kylin, and the innate destructive spirit body. Oh my god, what on earth did I see? Are these two, also very strong? More than just strong, he has the bloodline of the holy Kylin, the top being in the bloodline of divine beasts, an innate destructive spirit body, and the first among the top 10 most powerful spirits. Damn, it's so fierce. What's more ferocious is yet to come. These two things, whether it's blood or physique, are already extraordinary when they appear in one person. But this boy, actually has two kinds of crazy. Where on earth did these three monsters appear, each one more powerful than the other? While Qin Changsheng was burning the big stone. When the porters saw this scene, they were dumbfounded again. Although they had just known that this young man was very strong, he uttered 3 words of mantra and destroyed the entire beast. Demon sect. But when the bloodline of Saint Kylin and the innate destruction spirit both appeared in him, this was no longer as simple as being strong. This was simply, the chosen one. Just when everyone was horrified, shocked by the pressure coming from Qin Changsheng, and wanted to kneel down. Click. With a crisp sound, the big stone finally broke open. Everyone's eyes were focused on him, and Qin Changsheng also put away his bloodline power. Suddenly, everyone seemed to hear a sound, the sound of phoenix. Then, a crimson figure flew up from the big stone, spread its wings, and soared into the sky. What the hell, is this a phoenix? Murong concubine was startled. She looked at the figure soaring in mid-air and wondered. It shouldn't be a phoenix, that is the legendary bird. But it does look a bit similar to phoenix. Gu Qingxiu said. He is a descendant of the phoenix clan, the bloody red loon, a spiritual bird that can grow, and is now in the realm of a 3-star spiritual beast. A 3-star spirit beast, an existence comparable to the 3rd level of the Qi realm. When Gu Qingxiu heard this, she was very surprised on her beautiful face. Beasts are divided into ordinary beasts, monster beasts, and spirit beasts. Among them, monster beasts have some spiritual consciousness, but the animal nature still takes up most of it. And the spirit beasts still have some spiritual consciousness. Beasts are already very human. Among them, the monster beasts have 1 to 9 stars, which correspond to the 1 to 9 heavens in the Danyuan realm. The spiritual beasts are also divided into 1 to 9 stars, which correspond to the 1 to 9 heavens in the Ki realm. Monsters are easy to obtain, but spiritual beasts are hard to find. Even Xiong Basian, the leader of the beast-controlling demon sect, the 3-eyed sky-swallowing beast next to him is just a 9-star monster. Qin Changsheng did not expect that there is actually a spiritual beast. A spiritual beast comparable to the 3rd level of Qi realm. Young master, you are not mistaken. Spiritual beasts are extremely rare in the gilded realm. Concubine Murong asked in disbelief. Do not worry. Unmistakable. Qin Changsheng said confidently. Of course he couldn't be mistaken, because the moment the figure flew out, the system could already sense its attributes. Name, none. Category, bloody red loon. Realm, 3-star spiritual beast, upgradable. Skills, bloodshed for 9 days, nirvana, and rebirth. According to the judgment of the system, this bloody red loon is not a baby bird, because usually, baby birds start out as 1-star spiritual beasts, and it is impossible for them to be so big right after they are born. Then there is only one possibility. This thing is reborn from nirvana. Of course, it doesn't matter which one it is, it doesn't even have a name, and obviously has no memory, it's just a brand new life. Hoo-hoo. A scorching gust of wind roared in again. The bloody red loon, which had soared in a circle, flew back again, folded its wings, and squatted intimately beside Qin Changsheng. The reason why it was reborn just now was all because of Qin Changsheng's Kirin holy fire. Therefore, after it was born, its only identified owner was Qin Changsheng. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. This feather looks like fire, can I touch it? Concubine Murong wanted to get closer, but hesitated. Although this thing is very docile in front of Qin Changsheng. But don't forget, it is comparable to the existence of the 3rd level of Qi realm, and its combat power is very powerful. If you had just had it if it were here, Qin Changsheng wouldn't need to take action, it should be able to destroy it by itself, the master of the beast-controlling demon sect. Of course, if the situation is reversed and the master of the beast-control demon sect gets it out. Qin Changsheng wants to rob this place. I'm afraid it will take some effort. Don't worry, it is very spiritual and knows that you are my little maids, so it will not attack you. Qin Changsheng chuckled. After hearing this, concubine Murong and Gu Qingxiu immediately came up and stroked the feathers of the bloody red loon. And the porters around, were collectively dumbfounded again at this time. This is also okay? I just said that these three monsters are not too heaven-defying. In the blink of an eye, they actually created another spiritual beast that is comparable to the third level of the Chi-Si realm. If the master of the beast controls sect and so on, even if you are not dead, you will probably be so angry when you see this scene. Our sect has kept things that have been there for tens of thousands of years, but they are still alive and kicking. As soon as you three monsters come, you will make a 3-star spiritual bird. Of course. Even if the beast controlling demon sect is given another chance, they still can't break it. The spiritual bird has just been reborn from nirvana and needs a very powerful supply of fire elements to be reborn successfully. Ordinary flames, not even ordinary spiritual fire. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 71. Son, it's so cute, does it have a name? Gu Qingxiu asks softly while touching the feathers on the neck of Bloody Red Luan. It can be seen that she likes this spiritual bird very much. Unlike the little witch, although she came over immediately, it's just more of a curiosity. I don't have a name yet, let's call her Xiaohong. Qin Changsheng said casually. The two girls rolled their eyes for a while. You got the name, do you want to be so casual? However, Bloody Hongluan didn't have any objections. He chirped a few times in a low voice and rubbed against Qin Changshen's body affectionately. He expressed that he liked it very much. This made the two girls even more speechless. They could see that this Bloody Red Luan was very understanding of human nature, could even understand human speech, and was obedient to Qin Changsheng. But they really wanted to tell Bloody Red Luan. Spiritual bird, oh spiritual bird, you are entrusting an inhumane person. Your master is very evil. Not long after, the porter's task was completed. All kinds of elixirs, exercises, spiritual stones, natural materials, and earthly treasures, and storage magic weapons were piled up again. According to the old rules, Qin Changsheng asked Murong Fei and Gu Qingxiu to each choose some that they could use, and then pack the others. After doing all this, everyone started to continue on their way. Originally, they came to the beast-controlling demon sect and planned to get some flying monsters. Now that I have Xiaohong, naturally I don't need it anymore. Although Xiaohong's figure is not particularly huge, it is more than enough for the three of them to stand on it. Oh my god, these three monsters are finally gone. No, 4. Any one of them can easily destroy us. The majestic beast-controlling demon section was destroyed just like that. No, I have to go back and talk about this matter in the tea house, it's so damn exciting. A generation of killing gods, accompanied by 2 top-notch fairies, destroyed the beast-controlling demon sect with a wave of his hand. Below, the porters finally breathed a sigh of relief. The experience of taking part in the test this time and preparing to join the beast-controlling demon sect was really thrilling and exciting. The sect didn't go in, and the others almost died. The explanation is here. And these three monsters, carrying the foundation of a sect's holy land, waved their sleeves and walked away. Standing on the Bloody Red Luan, Qin Changsheng was still holding a saint in one hand. He was used to it. Murong Fei and Gu Qingxiu were used to it too. Young master, I'm sorry, I really didn't expect that the beast-controlling demon sect would have no saintess. I will make it clear in the future and find a sect with a saint girl and a beautiful saint girl for the young master to rob. Concubine Murong was still apologizing weakly. The rest doesn't matter, the main thing is good qualifications. Do you understand? Then look for someone with good qualifications and good looks. Concubine Murong nodded repeatedly and said. Qin Changsheng was completely speechless. Why do I act like a pervert? I robbed the saint because I was forced by life, yes, that's it. As for whether it's pretty or not, Well, it's better to be pretty, it's more eye-catching. The bloody red Lewin, which is comparable to the third level of the Chi-Si realm, flies really fast. After all, this is his special skill. He can fly much faster than the average third level monk in the Chi-Si realm. At this speed, we can almost reach the gilded imperial city in a day and a night. Of course, this is while flying continuously. When the little witch took out a road map, and showed it to Qin Changsheng. Qin Changsheng felt that, one day and one night, I might not be able to get there. Young master, look, this is the robbery route map I planned for us. Not far ahead, we arrived at another sex holy land, the Loxia Holy Land. There should be a saint here, should we go take a look? On this road map, there are 5 or 6 sex holy places marked. Robbery route map. Concubine, you are truly a talent. Qin Changsheng couldn't help laughing. No one could do this job well. Gu Qingxiu on the side couldn't help shaking her head and smiling bitterly. She felt that she was about to be led astray by these two people. On the road to robbery, gradually, far. Half an hour later. Loxia Mountains, in front of the mountain gate of Loxia Holy Sect. Bloody Red Lewin landed here with a group of 3 people. You, who are you? Why do you come to my Loxia Holy Land? A disciple guarding the mountain came forward aggressively, but when he saw Gu Qingxiu and Murong Fei, his attitude changed instantly. This left Qin Changsheng speechless. Sure enough, everywhere, it's a world where faces are judged. We'll talk about who we are later. Tell me first, does your Loxia Holy Sect have any saints? Concubine Murong learned a lesson and asked directly. Qin Changsheng and Gu Qingxiu stood aside, looking at each other and smiling bitterly. This method of robbery is no different. That's natural. Our Loxia Holy Sect is one of the few holy places within 1,000 miles. The Saint Loxia Fairy is a famous proud daughter of heaven. When she was just born, she was born with a strange phenomenon. The sun, moon, and stars appeared in the world together. When she was 2 years old, her physique was stimulated. The disciple guarding the mountain obviously admired their saint. So I couldn't stop talking about it, and I actually had to introduce it to them in detail. Stop, 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 shut up, this girl. As long as there is a saint, why is there so much nonsense? Go and tell your holy lord that our young master is here to rob you. Prepare all the rare treasures, martial arts and combat skills in your sect for our young master. Especially your saint, wash her off and wait. Murong Fei interrupted the man's words, but started again, her own prelude to the robbery. What, girl, you are joking. The gatekeeper disciple was stunned for a moment after hearing this, with a look of confusion on his face. Who is joking with you? Concubine Murong was furious and said angrily. The next moment, she directly condensed a spiritual energy into her palm, grabbed the mountain guarding disciple, and threw him into something. This time, it suddenly became lively inside. Another half hour later, Qin Changsheng and the 2 girls walked out of the Loxia Holy Land with a lot of storage instruments. What's inside are the secrets that have fallen into the Holy Land for thousands of years. But the plan to rob the saint failed again. Because Holy Lord Loxia also received the invitation, and went to the gilded imperial city together with the Holy Son and Holy Maiden. That's why, when Qin Changsheng's Chi-Si realm barrier was released during the Sex Holy Land, the battle was over. The 6th update. Thank you Ziva for the 1000 VIP points reward. Brothers, please subscribe a little bit automatically, it's very important, thank you. Fantasy, I robbed millions of saints. Author, The Dream of a Million Saints. Chapter 72. Bloodthirsty Mountains, Bloodthirsty Demon Sect. In front of the mountain gate that was paved with skeletons, the bloody red Lewin fell lightly. Concubine Murong condensed a sword energy with her fingers and hit the mountain gate. Who dares to make trouble in my bloodthirsty demon sect? Jaja, what a charming little girl. Two gatekeeper disciples of the bloodthirsty demon sect came out. When they saw Concubine Murong, their eyes instantly turned hot. Boom! A spiritual energy palm print was taken, and the two of them were immediately turned into a pulp. Then, Concubine Murong shouted loudly to the inside of the mountain gate, "Get out of here, girl, our young master is here to rob, why don't you greet him quickly?" Half an hour later, big and small bags, packed in basins, the three people who are full of money, continue to embark on the journey. That's right, there is still no saint this time. Concubine Murong didn't ask at first. They probably figured it out. It seemed that the nearby sect's holy land, the Holy Master and the saint's son and saint, all went to the gilded imperial city to attend the summit. For this reason, Concubine Murong also specifically asked Qin Changsheng, "If the saint is not at home, shall we continue the robbery?" Qin Changsheng was also a little depressed. Who knew that some kind of summit would actually affect his plan to plunder the saint? But, it's already here, so naturally I have to grab it first. As for the saints, aren't they all going to the gilded imperial city? When the time comes, it won't be enough to catch them all in one fell swoop. That night? Red Moon Mountains, Dongsu Holy Land. This time, I'll go with Sister Fei. Gu Qingxiu said weakly. She didn't know what was wrong with her. It was really fun to see Concubine Murong clamoring for robbery every time. Of course Qin Changsheng had no objection. Then, people of Dongsu Holy Land, listen, our young master is here to rob. Regardless of whether your holy lady is at home or not, prepare all your heavenly and earthly treasures, spiritual stones, elixirs, and skill secrets for me. Anyone who resists will be killed without mercy. Half an hour later, thousands of years of information about the Dongsu Holy Land had all entered the pockets of Qin Changsheng and the two girls. And it happened to be night. The three of them were not in a hurry to let bloody Qingluan take a rest. So, they spent the night in the Saint's Cave in Dongsu Holy Land. The reason why they chose this place. Gu Qingxiu's idea was that since it was the Saint's Cave, it would be relatively clean and tidy. Concubine Murong's the idea is that since the young master loves to rob the saint so much, but he has never done so, then he should sleep in the Saint's Cave first and have fun. For this reason, this little witch also found a few sets of the cave saint. Putting on the clothes, what is the euphemistic name, let Qin Changsheng feel the aura of the saint of cave in advance. Qin Changsheng has a black line on his head. What do you feel in advance? You know that this behavior of yours, in our previous world, was called role-playing? It has a fatal temptation for men. However, Qin Changsheng still remembered the agreement he made with Muruoxi, and he restrained himself from the idea of punishing Concubine Murong. As for Gu Qingxiu, she Concubine Murong and Concubine Murong slept with each other in each other's arms at night. Qin Changsheng could only look at the sky speechlessly. Early the next morning, Qin Changsheng hugged the two girls and set sail again on the bloody Qingluan. This time, their target is the heartless demon sect. Before noon, the Wuxan demon sect was finished and moved on. In this way, they robbed all the way, making a lot of money and having a lot of fun. But, they had a great time along the way. But along the way, those sects' holy places have suffered. In the three of them, there are thousands of years of foundation of 7 sects' holy places. You can imagine how terrifying it is. Their robbery plan is very simple, that is to rob the saint and loot the Holy Land sect. The first one was delayed, so the second one will be executed twice as hard, and we won't stop until we dig out all the details of that sect's Holy Land. According to Concubine Murong's words, the passing geese leave their voices, the passing people leave their names, and wherever we pass, it's clean. If they didn't resist, they wouldn't bother to massacre. If there is resistance, then this sect will no longer need to exist. Do you know? I heard that the beast-controlling demon sect was destroyed. What? The beast-controlling demon sect was destroyed. The bloodthirsty demon sect was also destroyed. Loxia Holy Land was not destroyed, but was looted. It is said that there was a young man with two stunning fairies, one red and one white. The young man was a powerful person in the Chi-Si realm. Once the domain was released, Loxia Holy Land was completely destroyed. Everyone in Xia Holy Land knelt down. Ah! A young man with two stunning fairies. Is he also riding a red spiritual bird? The beast-controlling demon sect was also destroyed by them. Oh my God, so is the bloodthirsty demon sect. It is said that the people of the bloodthirsty demon sect wanted to use the formation of the mountain gate to deal with the three people, but they were burned into a piece of scorched earth by the red spiritual bird and a mouthful of flames. Hey, what are you talking about? Let me tell you a big event. The Wuxan demon sect was robbed. The Wuxan demon sect was also robbed. What is it called? Please tell us first. Is the person who robbed the heartless demon sect a handsome young man with two beautiful fairies riding a red spiritual bird? How do you know? According to the information coming from inside, the boy's name seems to be Qin Changsheng. Qin Changsheng? This is a ruthless person. If you hear this name next time, leave quickly. Discussions like this are constantly happening in the places where Qin Changsheng and others have been. There is no way, there are only a few Holy Land demon sects along this way. Either he was robbed or he was killed, and it was still by the same group of people. How could people not be shocked? Qin Changsheng, I don't know how this name was heard and spread. But before this name, everyone still has many names for him. God of Death, Qin Changsheng. Ruthless Man, Qin Changsheng. The Terminator of the Demon Sect Holy Land, Qin Changsheng. Of course, this is all what comes later. Qin Changsheng and the two girls didn't know this. They were still riding the bloody red Luan on their way to the Gilded Imperial City. Oops, going forward, it seems that there is no sect Holy Land anymore. What a pity. On the back of bloody red Luan, Murongfei held her robbery route map and said with her red lips pursed, her face full of unfinished expression. Although Gu Qingxiu didn't say anything, she still felt a little unmotivated. Discovering this made Gu Qingxiu confused. It's over, it's over. Robbery is really addictive. I was really led astray by these two guys.